My name is Poorman Cocker. I am an artist, a beadwork artist, as well as a curator of Indigenous art. And I'm so happy to be here this week teaching a moccasin making class at the Heard Museum. This class is so great because it's accessible to people. It's not necessarily that we're making something that is traditional to Kiowa only, but it's a style of moccasin making that can be seen in the Southern Plains all the way to Canada. I think the benefits of working in an intergenerational class with students that are aged in their early 20s to elders is that we have a range of skills in the room. Folks might have a background in weaving or ceramics, pottery, or beadwork. And all of that information sort of permeates the group, and it makes for a really rich intensive.
For us to actually go out and want to do something new, it's kind of intimidating. And if you don't have the funds to do that, that is a big, huge drawback. But for you to supply all this stuff and be able for us to do our second one when we go home, that gives us more of an initiative to make me to go ahead and say, hey, I can't wait to start my second project. I can't wait to do this. And I have a goal at the end, and that's for next summer, to be able to teach the younger generation and just passing that on.
Classes like this definitely help me reconnect with who I am as a Native person. Being able to keep these cultural traditions alive is super important to me. And not just to me, but to whole Indian country in general, you know. When we took a tour downstairs to the collections facility under the Heard, it was really remarkable to see the beautiful and intricate old moccasins and old beadwork. You start to think about who wore them, you know, and it's almost as if those pieces are talking to you. And then have Jordan, that's like a master beader, sit there and be able just to look at the type of beads that they are. You know, she can predate that with her eyes. That's a skill in itself.
I enjoy bringing the youth to this type of a setting because it's more open. You have more positive feedbacks for them. You know, we can do moccasins at home, but it's not the same as when you're surrounded with other people from different cultures and different tribes and sharing their experiences with their methods of moccasin making or their beadworks, or in general, just how they got to be where they're at today as moccasin makers or beaders.
Our generation, there's nobody that knows how to make moccasins in our generation. And she was also saying, you know, it's really good for our generation, really good for us because, you know, it's also disappearing and no younger people also know how to do that. And, you know, me and my sister, we're getting the hang of it now that we did multiple classes. And I'm really thankful for that.
Just being here is really important for myself and my sister and even other people because we learn about how to do things and keep traditions alive.
Being here in these classes, I see that there's youth taking these classes and we're still passing the techniques and traditions on. We're still thriving, we're contemporary, all that is very important to me. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot different. For me, it just also provides hope. And even though it's through this workshop, it also brings purpose. It helps connect to identity and helps connect to self. Our culture is rich in history, in food, in so many things that make us who we are. You know, we're very beautiful people in this life. But I think people are so proud once they reconnect to those cultural knowledge. And they feel that sense of place and belonging and seeing them prideful. Yeah, and you see them happy.